Well, hello everybody. Danny and Wanda back from Pecan Grove. Guys, this year we planted our Carota carrots, and carrots are supposed to be a biennial, but these ended up being an annual. They came up, and a lot of them went to seed. Now, I've already harvested a lot of seeds, but I got to thinking you guys might want to see how I harvested them. And I just clip the heads off. Be real easy with them now, because that head is just full of seeds. And I go through here and I get the dry ones off, and you can tell they're dead. Like this right here, they're all dead. If you go to opening that thing up, the seeds will go to falling out. So I try, I've never been really successful at growing carrots for 2 years here in the Deep South to have seeds. But for some strange reason this year, all the carrot, not all of them, but a lot of them went to seed the first year. Now, I don't know why that happened. I do know several people have told me that the same thing has happened to them.
That's a pretty.
Also, isn't that pretty?
And how many carrot seeds you guess?
Oh Lord, there is so many in one of these. There's one right there on my finger, right there, a carrot seed, right there. It just fell out in my hand. That's them.
I mean,
now,
just the few you got here, thousands of carrots.
There's thousands of carrots in them. And when I have a good year like this, this allows me to save up for a couple of years worth of carrots, because me and Wanda, we plant a lot of carrots now. And this being the first time I've ever got a Carota to do this, the first year, I thought it was just amazing to me that it's doing that. Now, I will tell you, with our humidity down here, what I do, I was going to harvest these the other day, because you can see some of them's already opened up, and they done dumped out all the seeds on the ground down here.
So we might have carrots this fall.
Oh, they're going to probably be carrots everywhere. But the reason we are late on harvesting them is it's been raining every day. And when they're wet, you can't get them when they're wet. So we decided today, we didn't get any rain. It was 111 today, heat index. And I told Wanda, I said, that kind of heat, this stuff's going to it's going to dry out. And it has dried out. They are very dry. But I will tell you this, I do go ahead and take them inside underneath the AC, because the air conditioning continues to pull moisture out. And I have found out that they do come out of the heads a whole lot better if you take them inside and let them set for like 3 or 4 days under the air conditioning in the house. They do seem to do better now in our humid climate. Now, where some of y'all live at, that may not be the case, but down here in the Deep South, when you wake up to 99% humidity every morning, and you walk out the door and it's like opening the oven at 350 degrees, you just, everything's soaking wet when you walk out the door. You will be in just a few minutes usually.
Now, we do spread them out on trays.
Yeah, we do spread them out on trays, and we let them continue to dry. And you have to be very careful moving them around now, because when you move them around, those little seeds, they'll pop out of them things and go 2 or 3 feet across the floor. So you got to kind of be really, really careful when you're doing it. And also, a lot of these seed heads will be full of all kinds of little tiny insects. So don't let that freak you out if you see some little insects or something other. And I am taking up the ones that, now look at that one. That one's still got a carrot on the end of it. Isn't that something? You know what? I might give that to the rabbits.
They might like you for that.
They might appreciate that. I think I will. I'll lay that down there, and we're going to continue. Now, I've probably done, with these heads right here, there's probably enough carrot seeds in them to last me for the next several years.
Plus, I had bought a lot of Carotas so that we'd have carrots, because they're like a 2-year. They only are good maybe a couple of years.
They say that, but I planted some carrot seeds that we had for several years, the Carotas,
And they still came up.
They came up.
Ever
Matter of
seed.
fact, that's what I did in here. I didn't plant our newest ones in here. I planted the old ones, and I planted them really thick because I said, well, they said 2-year life expectancy on one of them things.
And they were 3 or 4 years.
Oh, there wasn't no truth to that. Every one of them came up. So, and they were like extra thick in here. So, can't always believe what
they say.
What everybody says. I think them companies do that because they want you to buy their seeds. They don't want you to save your own.
Or either buy and
see, that one there's done opened up. All the seeds done fell out on the ground. So
they want you to buy new seeds year after year after year.
Yeah, they definitely want that. That's for sure. The rabbits are going to be happy. They haven't had any carrots in a while since we harvested all of them here a while back. And this, something we've been waiting and waiting and waiting to do.
So we can clean this bed up.
Yeah, we want to be able to clean the bed up. And that's another thing about a biennial. When you've got to let something stay in a bed for 2 years, I mean, most people have a limited space. And wow, there's going to be thousands of carrot seeds on this ground down here. When you got limited space to garden and stuff, you just can't leave something sitting out there forever in the garden. You know, I mean, we've got space, but we still need our raised bed.
You just about got a half a bucket of flowers.
I'm telling you.
And that's about what you had the other day, wasn't it?
Yeah, I done harvested about that many. Yeah, sure is. And I see all these ends that's done opened up, the seeds all gone.
This raised bed is going to have carrots. We ain't even going to have to plant none.
I'm pretty sure this fall, when everything starts coming up, we probably going to have carrots coming up everywhere. And you take like this plant right here, they done all gone off of it. And there's several more over here. They have literally done just laid here and died. All the heads have done fell off of them. Because it kept raining and kept raining, and you can't harvest them when it rains. And then when that sun pops out, and they open up and then dry, the seeds all just fall to the ground.
We got to get your cattle panels down.
We got a lot we got to do.
Now, in just a week, we showed you about a week ago these tomatoes. Now the outer leaves still look good, but the other side all looks like this. So that means probably in a week or so in this heat, we might end up, but see, we've still got tomatoes, and
yeah, we
got to get those out of there. My beans, look at this. These are the Henderson limas.
Yeah.
And look at these. They're so pretty. And they're just loaded with blooms. And I did notice right there, that was a curve. There's probably a bug in there. If you see, oh, I've already got beans, look.
Do you got beans?
Yeah. There's already some beans in here. So, these won't be long. The squash right there is still going, but I don't know how it's going to do. The squash down there looks like something's done got a hold of it. It's green, but something's messing with it. It's not doing what it's supposed to do. Now your sweet potatoes.
Yep, they done about got took over by
weeds. It didn't take long either, did it?
No, it didn't take long. I mean,
a couple of weeks.
When it started raining, oh my goodness, boy, when it started raining, I mean, everything just started pumping. Now, I did come through with a shovel. These old sticker weeds was sticking up here real high up in here, and I took the shovel and chopped a lot of them out of here, and I missed one right here, I see.
Now, what about our beans?
I haven't even checked them, to be honest with you. I've been so busy, these old sticker weeds, I've been trying to keep them out of here.
Now, the cucumbers about done. They're due. They didn't do very well this year. I got a lot of cucumbers, but they're done. This tomatoes is almost done. Okay, the beans are not quite dry on a lot of them. Now these, that one's getting dry, and that one, and the beans hadn't fell out yet, so we may have to pick dry beans. And these are the Cherokee yellow wax beans. These aren't quite ready, but I left part of a row for Danny to have some fresh seed. We left cattle panels and stuff up here, and Danny planted sweet potatoes in there, and that's turning into a jungle. They're all up on the sides. You know this was a kind of a weird idea, didn't you? Even though these little plants don't look too green with a lot of leaves, we've harvested a lot of tomatoes off these too.
We have really harvested a lot of tomatoes off.
They've been really a good producer.
They have.
And these have too.
We're going to throw them back in there because
yeah, we're going to have tomatoes.
There'll be tomatoes coming up everywhere. Sometimes, to be honest with you though, sometimes you ones that come up like that, that's just a rogue old tomato, they actually do better than the planted ones.
Yeah. And if you wanted to actually get us a new start, something like this,
yeah,
you could take this off and make a new tomato.
But we have decided that we're probably not going to grow indeterminates next year, just for this very simple reason. Now, you know, these tomatoes are all consistent like this. They have been since day one.
All of them are the same size, small.
So, I don't know if somebody stuck the wrong stickers in these plants whenever they was at the store or not.
None of them are big.
That's the problem you always run into when you buy something from a plant from a store like that, is you don't ever know what you're really getting.
But now the ones we've got in the high tunnel are putting on bigger tomatoes.
Yeah, and the ones that you got planted out by my little butchering shed out there
are putting on big tomatoes.
They have real big tomatoes on them.
And we don't remember what kind they are.
No, I didn't plant them, so I don't know. All I know is these are all consistently the same size. Now these can good.
Yes, these are the easiest canning tomatoes I've seen. Now they make more juice than they do pulp. They're not a paste tomato. I do know that.
They're not a paste, that's for sure.
But they make a great juice, and they make good, just stewed down tomatoes.
Yeah, they do awesome for that.
The okra that I planted hung in there, so I've got, what, 3 plants there?
Get these stickers out of here. Yeah, it's
And that's the white okra, so I brought 3 there, and I've got 2 or 3 up front at the beginning of the bed down there.
Yeah.
And these okra plants are hanging in there. Maybe with a little bit of rain, they'll start growing.
Now these are doing really good in the raised bed. Here, get this old pigweed. Some people call it amaranth. It's pigweed. I try to this raised bed. I'm trying to keep the grass.
You got a briar there. Be careful.
Yeah, I see it. And the morning glories, all this stuff. You know, it. Get my hand down there. I want to get a hold to it. All that kind of stuff like that. And that's the one thing I will say about a raised bed, sweet potatoes and stuff like that, is you can actually get in there and you can work it. You keep them vines turned back in there. They pretty much keep everything shaded down to where it don't really get a big foothold, and you can really weed it real easy. That's one thing we're learning about our raised beds here. May not be as many sweet potatoes in there as we think if I keep pulling the morning glories out.
True.
They just keep on going. You know how morning glories are, they? Look at that.
And that ain't sweet potato vines he's pulling. That's morning glories.
Morning glories there now. A couple of days, that'll cover back over. You won't even know I've been in it. All right, guys. We got us a nice little stash of tomatoes here. I'm gonna run feed the rabbits the carrot ends that we got off of the carrot plants there. And then when the seeds begin to dry, I will actually put a little clip in a video showing you how I take them out and actually how I clean them and process them and stuff like that. That'll be in a future video. So, but I just want to show you, this has to do with the harvesting part of it. So thank you guys from Pecan Grove. Hey, Bunny. What you doing, Bunny?
She took it and snatched it.
She likes her carrots now. So does this one.
She said, what we got?
She's one who she'll go back and get it whenever you walk away. Now him, you never know what to expect out of this little man. He is my baby. He is the best little boy. I mean, he is the best boy. We got 2 eggs. They are enjoying their carrots now. They love them.